Black Friday. What a time. You know, where we spend an exorbitant amount of money on crap that we just don't need. But hopefully, we'll fill those holes in our hearts about the existential thoughts of the meaningless of life and the pointlessness of our existence. Oh, Best Buy has deals on HDMI cables. Only $30 for a 6-footer. That's a steal. That's a steal. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Chris, and today I'm talking about the new horror comedy movie Black Friday, and this one is directed by Casey Tebo. So Black Friday is another biting criticism and social commentary on the capitalistic nature of the United States, along the lines of movies like They Live, Cooties, and Dawn of the Mother Frickin' Dead. I censored myself there for all those kids out there. You'll appreciate that when you're younger or older. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. This movie stars Devon Sawa, Michael Jai White, Ivana Baquero, and what's that guy's name? Bruce Campbell. Yeah, that's right. Lots of big people in this movie. Big, not size-wise, but names you recognize is what I would say. Really looking forward to this one because the trailer was great, and I'm a little later to the party because it came out earlier this week, so I did check out what other people's thoughts were on this movie, and I gotta say, I'm surprised, because overall it seems like the response has been pretty negative. And that's not really my complete takeaway to this thing. Maybe I'm coming at it from a different perspective or something, I don't know, but I thought there was a lot to appreciate about this movie. That's not to say it's perfect or anything, but I think there's a lot of good aspects. So, Black Friday is about a bunch of people who have to work at a retail toy store on Black Friday when a meteor crashes into their store and kind of sets off this alien apocalypse type thing, and they react to it all through this one night. Some hijinks ensue. So I think from a production standpoint, this movie looks pretty good. I don't know what the budget was, but I'm guessing it's not super high, and I think there's a ton of cool practical effects and cool creature things going on in this movie. Has a really good look too with the lighting. I think it really captures a really good tone in its visuals. I think the cast here elevates this movie beyond its writing. It's just that the whole is a less than the sum of its parts, meaning individually all these things are good, but when they bring this thing together, it just doesn't quite land. And I think that goes back to maybe the writing, but it just feels like something's off during this whole movie. It's not to say I didn't enjoy it though. It's a brisk movie. It moves at a quick speed. And because of the lighthearted tone, it's kind of fun. It's just you're waiting for jokes that never really land or never really happen. There's lots of things said, and all the time I'm like, yeah, this is fun, but I'm never laughing. I think that's a problem here. I will give it credit. There's an attempt at some depth to all these characters and attempts at character arcs and growth. It's a little confusing though. They're trying to add a heart to the horror comedy, which is really hard to do because you're already trying to get the horror aspects right, you're trying to get some comedy in there, and then you're trying to add some heart. These are all things that are incredibly difficult on their own, and then to mash them all together in a way and weave them all in together a way that they complement each other, even harder. So this movie is up against a lot of things that makes it quite a difficult thing to pull off, is what I'll say. And I appreciated a lot that they did pull off. I think Devon Sawa was pretty good in this movie. And when he's introduced, I was like kind of happy because he's portrayed as like a really loving father from a divorced family and is really interested and wants to see his kids. And for whatever reason, it's usually portrayed the other way in a lot of movies. So that was cool. However, halfway through this movie, they start like introducing some character dynamics amongst everyone that were confusing to this aspect, and they try and like portray their archetypes as something different than what I was watching, meaning like there was something floating. God damn it, I'm not crazy. I was confused because I thought that this whole time they keep showing Devon Sawa talking about his kids and he's sending pictures to them and he's talking to everyone about them, and then halfway through a character says something like, maybe you should be spending more time with your kids. And I'm like, I thought that what he was trying to do. What? I never got the impression he wasn't. So it was confusing. And so they start to have like internal arguments amongst these characters that I just never really felt earned or really understood. There's no real tension in this movie. There's horror elements, but I never really felt tense because characters do a lot of stupid stuff too. Like, a lot of times we're just stopping the movie to have these conversations, and it's frustrating for a viewer to be like, dude, there's literally an alien apocalypse going on right now, and you guys are worried about your Christmas bonuses, and you're worried about this petty shit in the grand scheme of things. So that's one of the struggles is what I'm talking about with, like, they're trying to bring in this heart of this movie with these characters, and they want you to buy into their personal plights. How much this Christmas bonus means to some people. How much these people have, like, no direction in their life, and they're looking for direction and stuff. But to do that, they kind of grind a halt to this whole alien apocalypse thing going on to shoehorn in these moments that are few and far between, that aren't earned, and don't really have much of a payoff. So they come off as distracting and a little frustrating because it questions why are they doing this, and confusing for me because it didn't match the archetypes they had set up for the characters earlier. Whew, that was a lot. I just said a lot of stuff. I hope any of that made sense. I feel like it didn't. I don't even know. So, some other positives. I was going down a negative hole, but now I'm going into a positive one. That's a weird saying. But anyways, the score sounds expensive. There's moments where it sounds like the Predator theme. The dun, 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 dun. And I don't know if it was there as an homage or what, but it was cool. It sounded like a nice, well-produced score that elevated the movie's production values quite a bit for me. There's also some clever filmmaking near the end where you have a massive creature, kaiju in size, and the way they filmed it was clever in a way where it didn't have to be done with CGI. They could use practical effects, but layer it on top of stuff to give it scale and depth, and I thought it worked. Nothing is perfect in this movie, but I appreciate the practical effects that the majority of the stuff is in this movie. It gives it more of a campy, throwbacky 80s feel. It brings you into this world a bit more in a way that I appreciated. And by the end, all the seeds they planted at the beginning with the little character moments are paid off. So there's some effort put into this whole thing. That's what I liked about it. There was a ton of effort. Bruce Campbell, pretty good. Devon Sawa, I think, really tried really hard. I think his character was confusing, but I think his performance was good. I really like Ivana Baquero. She's a great actress. And I like most of the characters, at least the way they looked. I think it was cast really well. I just think the writing was a bit of a miss with them and a bit of a miss with most of the comedy stuff. So, it's not a perfect movie, but it's an enjoyable one, at least for me. It's only an hour and 20 minutes long too, so it's really brisk. It's got a great look. I really like the setting. I like the creatures. I like just a lot of things about it. I just don't think it quite hits the potential that it has. So you could do a lot worse. And that's Black Friday. Again, I think I'm in the minority here, but you know what? I don't care. It's just my opinion. If you didn't like it, feel free to say why. I'm open to any sort of thoughtful discussion about the movie. But if you just want to call me names, I guess you could do that too. And if that makes you feel better, well, good for you. You're probably a terrible person. And that's all I have to say about that. There's a bird in here. I hear you, little birdie. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Caw, caw, caw. Oh, shit! Go. You're free. Freedom. Have at it. Bye, birdie. Goodbye. So that's gonna do it for Black Friday, and while you have those wallets open, ready to be spending on things you don't need, consider going to maketransient.com and throwing a little cash towards making an independent sci-fi horror movie that I am trying to put together. We already have over 125 backers. We need your support. Go to maketransient.com and I will love you forever. That is a promise, and I've never told a lie. I am like Abraham Lincoln in that way. I think it's Abraham Lincoln who never told a lie. I could be lying about that. I take it back. God damn it. Okay, I will catch you here next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, it's Chris. I know some of you already have a heads up over the others because you've already liked the video and subscribed to the channel. To me, it's like a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you do that? So like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out. Catch you here later, guys. Goodbye.